Hi everyone, welcome back to another devlog for Project Star Beasts. Today I will show you how the player character animation was updated in GIMP, how the animations work plugged into Unity, troubleshooting any issues with the animation in C# as well as the Unity animator, and finally how the animation fired when it worked properly in Unity, as well as a brief update on the UI. So let's jump in. So I'm starting out here with GIMP, and as you can see, I'm now currently working on my player weapon drawn walk animation. Um, Whenever I do any animations or create any animations rather, I like to recycle a lot of animations if it makes sense, because in this specific situation, the way the legs will animate when I'm holding a weapon compared to the way the legs will animate when I'm walking is more or less the same. So instead of having to draw all of that animation frames from scratch when the weapon is drawn, I basically just copied it from my normal walk animation. So here you can see I'm just updating the shading, and now I'm basically flipping the animation to the opposite side. So what game developers normally do in Unity, they would only design animation facing in one direction. So you would do all of your jump animation, walk animation, shoot animation, whatever animations your character or enemies need to perform, they would be designed facing, let's say, right. And in code, they would flip it to face left whenever you are moving left or doing anything going towards the left. Because I'm using Unity lights and a special material to basically show the lights on a sprite, which is 2D, I have to create animations facing both right and left, which just doubles the work. So one of the reasons why I prefer to just streamline the process by copying animations that I can use from basically from other animations that I've drawn already. So the character has an injury on his left hand side, and he's using his left arm when facing towards the right to hold on to his stomach, his abdomen. So when I flip the animation towards the left, I need to update the arm placement as well, because now the arm that is holding onto the abdomen will basically be facing towards the camera. So that's what I'm currently doing here. So this is just the animation going from the weapon drawn standing animation to the weapon drawn walk animation. So yeah, you can see I'm just updating that as well. Usually that is rather easy to update, so it's not really a big hassle. It does take a bit of time though, because you do want to make sure that there's a consistency between the frames. Now I'm back in Unity. I've imported all of the animations from GIMP. As you can see, there's a bit of a glitch when I'm playing the draw animation. The walk animation seems to work fine. However, it gets stuck in the walk animation when you actually stop. And this is what I actually talked about earlier. Here I am using another sprite to face towards the right. So this is the sprite that has not been updated in terms of the animation. That's why you can see the character firing but being in a basically standing or idle position. So I will need to update this animation as well, basically left and right. Because the animation is not firing properly, the first place I'm going to check is basically code. So I'm going to be opening up my Visual Studio, and then I'll be going through my animation code to see if it's firing properly, or maybe I can determine here if there's any issue that's causing that delay. It basically seems that the animation is playing more than once. After checking the animation, I'm going to unequip my weapon, and basically what's going to happen, the character's animation is going to go back to the standing animation, which is fine, but to make it a little bit more impactful when you unequip a weapon, I would like the weapon to be holstered. So that is another animation that I'm going to implement a little later on. So the holster animation is basically just the draw animation in reverse. So this is just more glitches. So at this point, it's starting to get really frustrating because I still did not fix this issue. So what I'm going to do now is basically head into my animator in Unity, just to carefully go through all of the variables to make sure that all of it is firing properly when I'm calling it in code, and everything seems fine. One thing that did delay some of the animations is basically the exit time. Now back in Unity, You'll see that the weapon draw animation is working nice and smooth. I was able to fix it with a combination of a little bit of code in addition to the variables in the Unity animator. Unfortunately, I don't have that on video because it took me a long time to actually fix that issue. Now you can see that I've also implemented new UI elements. So these are all the collectibles in the game. I think it came out quite well. And here you can see the animation going from draw to holster. It's nice smooth walk in between the idle and walk. And as I've mentioned, when I want to unequip my weapon, I want a nice smooth weapon holster animation to play as well. So you'll actually see that coming up now. Thank you for watching the video, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe to follow the Project Star Beasts development journey.